Got another $3 request from Neri Garcia. Class 1A minus Deku versus all of Deku's main villains. So, it's going to be a type of gauntlet here. Round 1, it's Class 1A collectively, because this is all of Class 1A working together to deal with this. So, Round 1 versus Muscular. They shouldn't have much of a problem. Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, characters like that should be able to easily overpower the likes of Muscular. Round 2 versus Overhaul is going to be interesting, because although a lot of Class 1A outstat him, a lot of the low tiers and probably some of the mid tiers could be picked off here if they are not careful. Because the thing is, durability and stats do not matter when all you need is a single touch to basically pop them like a water balloon, which Overhaul could definitely do if they do not play things safe. If they don't have Bakugo or Todoroki or just any of the ridiculously fast characters blitz and one-shot Overhaul before he could touch something, some people are probably going to go down here if that happens. Round 3 versus Fleckturn, with his ability to just reflect damage that were to be coming towards him, could be a very big problem, but as shown by Deku fighting him, if you bombard him with enough damage too quickly, and at such a precise degree, then you can overwhelm his quirk. This is definitely going to be ridiculously tough of a fight, purely because of how you would have to overwhelm him. But if they work together, I think they might be able to deal with him. Now we're getting to the last 3 rounds, which are going to be the biggest discussions. Round 4 is Injured All For One. I'm specifically going to be using the one that fought All Might before he lost the Embers of One For All. The one he had to use his United States punch, or whatever it's called, to be able to take him out. And this fight's going to be tough. Pretty much the only ones who are actually going to be able to legitimately fight him are the top tiers of Class 1A. As I mentioned before, Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, characters like that are going to be the only ones actually worthwhile in this fight. I know that's kind of harsh to say, but like, I like Kirishima, but what is he going to do against All For One? Same thing goes for pretty much any other member of the class besides people that are ridiculously fast like Ida or the heavy hitters like I mentioned earlier. This fight's going to be tough, even with them collectively, but if we go off of the feats that they showed in the latest and near the end of the manga, I think they should have a little problem with All For One as his injured state, but I think they should be fine. Now, if it's All For One in his prime, that's where things get way more difficult, because this is before he gets like reverted to a damn baby. So this is just prime All For One. I think with the heavy hitters involved from Class 1A, they might be able to deal with him, but it's going to be close. If they just pile on the damage and can revert him back to where he just ceases to exist from the excess healing, reverting him back in age, then I think they could deal with him pretty decently. If they can pile on that damage pretty consistently, I think they could pretty decently deal with Prime All For One. But unless they can do that, All For One, all he needs to do is catch one of them, grab them, and take their quirk, and then it's all downhill. And then you got round 6, the final round, Shigaraki. I'm not sure, because although Bakugo, Todoroki, Tokoyami, again, I keep repeating this because they're like the 3 strongest besides Deku in this hypothetical, I genuinely think they have enough power to do consistent damage. But damage alone isn't the only thing that matters. It's keeping the rate of damage enough to where they can put Shigaraki down. Because keep in mind, his healing factor is ridiculous. Unless you basically turn this man into ashes or just destroy like 99% of his body, or the weird soul stuff or whatever happened with Deku, with One For All and All For One, then you're not putting him down. So, even though I think they have enough firepower to do pretty consistent damage, I don't think it's enough to actually put him down. It's going to be a long fight because of just how much that they can bombard him, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough to take him down. So I think without the time skip, they stop at round 6. Now, if we do bring in the time skip, sure, we don't know how much stronger they got. But if you think about how strong that they got over just the course of the series, which I think only takes up a year and a half to 2 years, I believe, then adding an extra 8 years on top of that, I think their added firepower and experience and all that, plus the teamwork involved, I think that might be enough to take out Shigaraki. Sure, it's still going to be a hard fight even with the time skip, but I do believe that with how much stronger that they theoretically could have gotten during the time skip, they might be able to take down Shigaraki without the help of Midoriya. So to reiterate, without the time skip, I think they beat round 5 but stop at round 6 due to no way to keep him down. But if you bring in the time skip, they could theoretically beat round 6 if you think they got significantly stronger over the course of said time skip.